Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day. It's been a very busy week so far, and I'm sorry that I haven't gotten around to doing this week update. I did make a bunch of notes on day 7 so that way that I could strictly base my results, some of the pros and cons of what I was feeling in the moment, so that I could do a really accurate update for a weekend to Carnivore. So if you haven't watched my other videos, I am very new to YouTube. I hate the camera. So if it comes off a little awkward feeling, I am awkward. But I am not new to Carnivore. I have done Carnivore before. This is my second journey kind of back into Carnivore. I'm going to go into some details. I hope to do some videos maybe this week of the reasons why I'm doing Carnivore. Carnivore is not just a weight loss thing for me. It has way more significant underlying things that I am trying to accomplish by doing Carnivore. So just to give a quick update before my kids go crazy, I started off being 138.7 is what I measured on my Garmin scale. I have a Garmin scale, and I have found that that is the most accurate scale that I've been able to track myself, that measures up with my doctor's fancy smancy body like scan scale. So I really do like that scale. If anybody has any questions of the exact scale, I guess I can figure that out. But I don't know how to link anything at the moment, but I can tell you if you message me. I have tried the FitTrack scale, and I loved it at first. I kind of started off my first Carnivore journey with the FitTrack watch and the FitTrack scale, but I have found that it is not as accurate as my Garmin. And I also found that the new updated app that they came out with, which isn't even called FitTrack, but if you go to FitTrack, it ends up bringing you to it. But with FitTrack, you pay a membership and all of that. I had paid all of that. Was like loving the way my watch was working and everything, even though I did find that it wasn't as accurate as my Garmin stuff. But it gave me, I really liked following it. It was really a good, accurate way. I wouldn't say accurate. It was a good way to follow my progress. I liked the way it was set up. Once they changed this new app that they have, my watch would not link, and my scale would not link to it. I tried everything. I contacted support, everything like that. If you go on and you read reviews, there are lots of the same style of reviews, just like mine, of saying this doesn't work anymore. I used to use this for years and it no longer works. I spent all this money to buy the scale, to buy the watch, to buy the program that I had paid for a full year. All of those are not cheap, and ends up being hundreds of dollars for all of that. And I was never once offered my money back. I was never offered any kind of, like, we're going to get the problem fixed, we'll put your membership on hold, anything like that. Hello. I have a little one joining me. We'll see how this goes. But anyways, so don't get caught into the whole YouTube, Instagram, like, pushing of stuff, because sometimes I really feel like whenever you're being paid to promote something, and maybe it does work for some people, but I can tell you from my experience, I started off loving the FitTrack and then I ended up really like being just tremendously dissatisfied with the company in general and the new products that they had come out with. So I switched to Garmin. When I got so frustrated with it not connecting, I bought my Garmin scale, and I bought a Garmin watch and everything, and I have been using that since December, and I really love it. And I find that it matches up the closest by far to my doctor's scale. So that, can you show everyone Mr. Squirtle? That's Mr. Squirtle. So some of the pros that I found. Oh, well, I guess I'll get back to this. I started off weighing at 138.7 from my Garmin scale. And Now, mind you, I am 10 months postpartum, and that was 10 months postpartum that I weighed 138.7. At the end of my last carnivore journey, whenever I stopped carnivore because I became pregnant again for the 7th time, I weighed 106. So some of you might be totally happy with 138. Your body may be perfectly proportioned at that weight. It is not for me. So I really am giving you a good aspect of if you have more weight to gain than me, or if you have lesser weight to gain than me, or if you have the same. I lost 50 pounds doing keto for a month and carnivore for the rest of my time. So I found that I lost the same whether I was on carnivore or keto. I lost, just starting my other journey, I lost about 10 pounds a month is what I did. And the one thing is there were significant differences whenever I changed from keto to carnivore in some of the health conditions that I wanted to change. And that is the key of the reason why I went back to carnivore. And I felt like incredible differences, even though I felt way better going keto. When I went carnivore and my first 30 days in carnivore, it was an incredible difference to me. The mind clarity was the biggest change before that I found from keto. Well, I wouldn't say the biggest, but it was the biggest thing right away that I found in my 30 days that was really surprising. So anyways, enough of my past journey. This is about my now journey, but I wanted to give you a background because I know that some people are going to be like, oh, well, you don't need to lose a ton of weight. Well, for me to be back in my highest, what I feel is my healthiest, most active, best performing self, I do have quite a bit to lose for me, but we're on the right track. But that's not all my carnivore journey is about. So, after a week of carnivore, I was down 5.9 pounds. So I was down to 132.8, which I was really happy with that. That was, I know that a lot of my first week too, that I am kind of detoxing, I feel. And I still think even in my second week of carnivore, even all the way up to your 30 days of carnivore, I feel like you're really going through a lot of detoxing and getting your body used to carnivore and not all of those carbs and kind of clearing your brain out and everything. So I lost 5.9 pounds and I was ecstatic over that. Some of the other pros, my bloating, like it was incredible how much bloating was gone. Whenever I started my carnivore journey again, I felt like I looked like I was pregnant again. I was so disappointed in myself, so disappointed in my body. Shh. You have to be quiet or you have to go back downstairs. But I was so bloated. And after a week of doing carnivore, the bloating had tremendously went down. My stomach had flattened a lot. Again, with the bloating going down, your stomach will get much flatter. My energy levels were much better. I wouldn't say that they are ecstatic at 7 days, but I am starting, at 7 days, I was really starting to feel more normal, better, like wanted to get up out of bed, and deal with the kids and everything. So that was another pro. Gas. No more gas. It's amazing. No more gas. You have to be quiet. I'll just let him do it. But it's amazing after a week of carnivore, the bloating and the gas are gone. Like, no more gas. And if you're a person that that's embarrassing to, or it just makes you feel really bad, or it's painful, all of those things, it's incredible to try carnivore and see that by eliminating all the stuff that you do by carnivore, that within a week my gas was gone. And that's one of the key things too that I found on my my last journey was how quickly your gas was gone. You don't have gas on Carnivore. And whenever people tell me, oh, gas is normal, it is not normal. It's your body trying to tell you it is inflamed, it is frustrated. So don't go for the, oh, gas is normal. No, it is not normal. And you can live without gas. I was starting to see some definition in the back of my stomach where whenever I started, or whenever I got pregnant again at the end of my last Carnivore journey, I was ripped, like completely ripped. And of course, after having a baby, you're not ripped. So that was one of the things that was really exciting to be able to see, especially after I was so bloated and I kind of worked hard to get down a little bit. But by the time I was back up to the 138, like I had lost weight and got to about 140. I had lost weight from 140 is what I calculated myself after giving birth, and I got down to 129. And then, you know, life and stressful events. I was eating keto then. I didn't even go carnivore right after being postpartum. I went keto, and that's where I ended. And keto. We live a pretty stressful but great life, but we are very active with our business, and this fall and summer have just been like one thing after another. So with that and testing recipes for our business and all of this, I let it get to me, and it's nobody's fault except my own. I made the choice to put the crap in my mouth that I did, and so I had gained back up to 138. So now I sit at 132.8 as of the 7-day out. So one of the definition back in my stomach of being able to kind of see, now am I saying I'm ripped? By no means am I ripped. I still have tons of fat, visceral fat that you can tell. And I did go ahead and take some pictures. I'm probably not going to post those right now because I would like to be able to post those kind of like at the end of whether I choose my 30 days of carnivore, my 60 days, or my 90 days. We'll see how much of a difference that it makes, and we'll be able to have those. But, so just being able to see a little bit of definition, which is great. So, now I'm going to send you downstairs if you don't stop talking. You can just sit right here and be a good boy. Hold Squirtle. So some of the cons. I had much better energy, I would say. And then on Friday, Okay, do you want to go out? No. Then you have to be quiet, okay? No talking. No talking. So I had better energy, but then Friday I didn't eat. We had something that I had to hurry up and get to town to do, and getting everybody dressed and ready to go. And if you can imagine getting 6 kids ready to go to town and having like an hour to leave the house, it was a rush. So I got everybody else fed except myself, and I did not grab anything because we had run out of bacon that I pre-cook. We had run out of the sausage patties and just my normal go-to kind of stuff. So I did not grab myself food, and by the time we got back, it was one of those things that I had a headache, and I normally don't get headaches. Even when I don't eat, I normally don't get headaches. But I'm sure my electrolytes were definitely down for the day, and that was totally my fault. But that was one of the things that happened. So with detoxing too, I found that I had some acne, which I had acne was one of the reasons why I wanted to do carnivore again, is because I normally, as an adult, have not had to suffer with acne. But definitely with, I have had acne, and that was one of the things that I really wanted to try to see if I could get the acne to go away with doing carnivore and the other stuff I was trying to eliminate. So I did see that it kind of started to clear up, but then I had like a flare up too. And I really think that the flare up is because your body is detoxing. If you think of all this crap I've been putting in my body, and my body is trying to figure out of like, I'm putting good stuff in, but I'm trying to get some bad stuff out, and it's just, it's a balancing act, and it's a detox period, and totally used to it, wasn't freaked out by it, but that was one of the things that I did experience in the first week of carnivore, that I had a little bit of acne that came up. I will say it wasn't as bad as what it has been, and I'll let you know on week 2 update of how that went. Another thing that I noticed that I'm putting under con, I have been freezing this last week. Like, it's been so strange because when I say freezing, here in Alaska it is cold. It's about 18 degrees, and it's been in this last week in the 30s to lower teens, but in my house the temperature doesn't change, and I felt so cold that I was actually going and checking the temperature multiple different. Stop, you have to stop. No, stop. I was having to go and, like, I would check the temperature multiple times a day and go, like, did somebody turn off the furnace, which happens every now and then in the household. But I did not find the furnace turned off, and the temperature in the house thermometer was staying strong and holding temp in the house, and so I could only put that to that being carnivore. And just my body kind of probably regulating hormones and everything that's going on and changing and trying to adjust. So that was one of the things. So in the middle, where I would say I didn't like see a difference kind of that I was hoping to, my mood I would say was slightly better. Shh. I would say it was slightly better, and that's what the mind clarity and everything is, what I'm trying to put all in with your mood and your mind clear, being clearer, and just the way that you process stuff and your stress levels and all that. I'm tired, Mom. Okay, then be quiet and stop talking if you're so tired. But with all of that, I put in that it was slightly better. Maybe I could tell a slight difference, but not a tremendous. Not what I'm expecting and looking forward to and everything like that. So, just don't freak out if it doesn't happen just right away. My psoriasis. So my psoriasis is probably the mind clarity, and losing some weight. Those 3 things are my top reasons for doing carnivore, but psoriasis hits right up there at the top because I suffer pretty bad from psoriasis. Okay, hold on, I gotta open it. Okay, you're good. So, all right, go. So with my psoriasis, I by no means have the worst case psoriasis out there, but I do have really bad psoriasis, and especially on my scalp. So as a woman and having psoriasis on your scalp and it itching and it flaking and it looks like you have dandruff, but you don't have dandruff, and it even getting so bad that it bleeds and it hurts, and my psoriasis too had spread to, like, I would have it on my my arms and my elbows on both sides. It kind of started to develop psoriasis, and on my legs I had some, and it had gotten so bad this last summer that the self tanner that I normally use, I couldn't even use it because it really brought out the areas of psoriasis and made it look like I was a deformed, strange looking just orange blobs all over me. So psoriasis is one of the number 1 reasons why I'm trying to do this. I would not say that I felt like my psoriasis was a ton better. I will say that it's definitely no worse. and that maybe some of the flaking has reduced a little bit. It is still definitely there, and it's still definitely in the patches that it is contained in. So that's to be one of the things that I will focus on my updates and everything, is to be able to explain how that is going, because I had amazing results, which I will do a whole video on psoriasis and dealing with that, and how Carnivore helped me the first time and how it's going this time. But that's just for a 7-day update. I would not say that I really felt any major difference over that, but it definitely didn't get worse, which I was a little bit concerned with whenever you are detoxing and your body is stressed and all of that kind of stuff. Especially my psoriasis is really triggered by stress, and so it was pretty bad before, and I would definitely say it's not worse, and it's not. We're just gonna leave it at that, and then I'll be able to tell you how week 2 is. I was losing a lot of hair. Now when I tell you, like, I feel like a lot of people on the carnivore journey, you have to get to where you are just so frustrated, so stressed out, just emotionally just shot by either your body appearance, the way you feel, the stress levels and how you're handling that, like psoriasis and just everything that comes with that. You kind of get to the end of the road and you're like, I can't do this anymore. I've got to have something that's actually going to help. And when medication doesn't stop it, and whenever you're told, you know, like, you're always going to have to deal with this, you kind of go, I am determined to do something. And whenever you hear all the great results for that Carnivore has had with people, and different illnesses and different with depression and the body image that comes across, like all of these health benefits, and like, I'm not saying like a lot, but whenever you look at that, and there are people I know that'll go, oh, well, you know, you can lose weight by doing a whole lot of other things. Why do you have to be drastic as carnivore? Anybody can benefit on getting rid of visceral fat. And if you look at our country right now, the majority of people have visceral fat all over them. And if you go and you do your research, and I highly suggest, like, Dr. Berry is a great person to look up. I love Dr. Kiltz. I have followed Dr. Kiltz since my last journey. And what an inspiration. This guy, he puts so much light to things I've been thinking in my brain about women and fertility, and like all of these fertility issues that are now in our really spiked within the last, I would say, 15 years. Just so much information. So if you're a woman, you can definitely benefit, but I seriously feel like if you're a man, you can totally benefit from watching this man, because he is a fertility specialist, but he is hardcore carnivore, I would say. Just an inspiration. His attitude, his motivation, where he came from, how he built himself. I mean, and he's a sweetheart to talk to. Like, he is one of those not stuck up carnivore YouTubers and Instagram people. He will talk to you, which to me, it's like, why, if we can help people, if we can give people advice, especially coming from his level as a doctor and really knowing it way more than me, but like, we're all in it to try to help everybody to be more healthy, I would think. So why not be kind and just, you know, open up and talk? And, you know, we don't even have to be on the same realm. We can be keto, we can be carnivore, but if we're on a healthier journey trying to get healthy, then I feel like, what does it hurt to be kind to each other? He is an awesome person to go look up. Like, he just amazing. But then you have Sean Baker, and I'm sure that I'm missing so many, because again, I'm not great on camera and I don't have any notes on that to be able to give you a list. But there's a lot of doctors Oh, there was another one that he's really super great. He's another doctor. I can't think of it. So I will try to do a video on maybe like the people that I followed, the research that I did before even starting carnivore, because it wasn't like I just jumped into carnivore on a whim. Like, I really did some research. I had a great support system by my husband, which I think is great. It's not necessary to have somebody that supports you, but I think it's really excellent whenever you have somebody that's going, you're not crazy for trying to do what you are, because there are so many people that'll tell you, oh, you have to have vegetables in your diet. You have to have fiber. You're like, what are you doing? It's not sustainable. Don't listen to them, period. Like, right off the bat, don't listen to these people, because they are not going to help benefit you in any way. You can go out. I have a doctor that I see that he he helped me on my first journey, being supportive, being totally okay with me doing carnivore, did my blood works, watched my panels, all that kind of stuff, did my weigh-ins, and I still go and see him every now and then, and I can email him whenever I want to, and it's great because he's supportive of me. Again, it's not necessary that you have to have a doctor, but it's also a great support system whenever you do have people that are telling you that they believe in you, that they're excited to see how the journey is, that they can see your progress and are amazed as much as you are, and in return, that can help save someone else too. So, and when I say save someone else, carnivore is truly a lifestyle. I wouldn't even say a diet, but a lifestyle that can change your life tremendously. So I really do feel like it can save you. I know for me on my first journey, it made me feel like me again. To the 23-year-old, I guess that I was like 25, 26 when my husband and I married. And whenever we got married, I weighed 103 pounds. And when I ended my last carnivore journey, I weighed 106 pounds. So it brought me right back to what I was, I feel like in my prime, which I realized that that's not true. Like, whenever you think you're in your 20s, you think you're in your prime, but it's not. And it does not have to be at all. But I actually was almost the same weight. But with doing carnivore, I was actually more ripped and more smaller pant size than when we did marry. So that right there alone. And that's after 7 kids, people. 7 kids. So if I can do it, don't let anybody tell you that, oh, you've had kids, you'll never get your body again. It's bullcrap. And I'm here to say it is total bullcrap. It depends upon the work that you're willing to put into it. So having the right mindset, having the right people that you're around, and it's okay to tell people, like, I'm sorry, you don't have to like it. You don't even have to tell people what you're doing. If you know that it's a negative person, that it's going to have some smart aleck comment, don't even worry about it. It's you that you're focusing on. So if I can be any inspiration to you, and if I can do it, anyone can do it. You just really... I feel like that carnivore takes a really strong mindset. If you're just determined that you've had it at your wit's end, or if you're a person that didn't even get to that level, good for you. Good for you. Because I wish I would have not had to get to like my bottom feeling before I did carnivore. So I'm going to wrap it up with that. I think that gives a really good roundabout. This is a pretty long video already. But it gives a really good kind of insight to how my first week as being back on my second carnivore journey is. And I'm already into currently my second week, and I can say things are going good, and I'll give you an update. Hopefully it'll be more on a time line, and I won't have to do a little note. Well, I will probably always do notes, but I won't have to do it because I'm going to film it days later. But real life and being a mom to a bunch of kiddos, and life happens.